Welcome to September's Altcoin Gem Hunt, brought to you by Tom Crown. Check it out. Subscribe, like, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Alright, guys, what's up? It is just about mid-September, and you know what that means. It's time to glance through these monthly charts and see what coins might be popping off, what coins might be hitting solid entries, and what coins are near resistance or support. Patrons out there, any of these charts you see that you might be curious about trade setup, if I don't list here, feel free. Ping me in the patron chat and we'll get that taken care of. If you have any coins here that you want to be added to this watch list, let me know. I'll add them up. So let's go. STMX, what's going on here? We see a little monthly tap on that resistance. We had a play, but the monthly at least not showing us what we want to see at the moment. CELR, we do see a weekly resistance at 7 cents. Monthly setting a bit higher at 8.3. Support down near 3. Link still battling with that 38.1. Nothing too great here. Really, guys, what we're looking for is to catch things like this before they happen. Backtest some monthly supports. And right about now, so far, it seems everything is a little bit closer to resistance than support. Luna hitting some new highs here. Let's take a peek at our measured move. $128. Again, we are just looking at the monthlies. These are all macro. Our 1618, 6588, that would be our upside target. On the monthly, would like to see a back test of 1866 for an entry, but whew, when the bulls are raging, you might not get it. Upside target 65 and 128. ARDR BTC. Where are we? Quite an impressive wick here on the monthly, but it does look like in the next 19 days we're going to be struggling to close above 746 sats. If we get that, I think there's significant upside to that 50 monthly moving average at 1700 sats. Let's keep rolling. MicroStrategy, not a coin, however, an interesting hedge for any crypto portfolio. Resistance at 800, support at 700, support at 470. Pretty much middle of the channel there. That's a pass. Sol, this would be, I believe, just Coinbase's chart, so not a lot of history here. We're not going to be able to do much on the monthly. If you check in our recent lives, wow, you'll see that most of our targets have been hit. I do believe the next upside target looking for 350. C98 resistance at $4.40. That's all we got. XLM USD. All right, here's the first potential. We do see that bounce from monthly support. We do have our same monthly resistance essentially as 2018. This one's catching my eye here for sure. This is looking undervalued to me. Not necessarily making many claims outside of that on the chart. We're simply beneath all-time highs. We've hit monthly support 53 cents above us. That's seeming like a solid play here from 20 cents. You can see the 20 monthly and 50 monthly coming up to meet that support. XLM catching my eye here, and so far going to be earning a little star of the day. Moving along. FILECOIN. FILECOIN. Not seeing really that monthly movement that we want. That's all right. Off support at 52 is a new monthly resistance. This coin for me right now is a little too knife catching. I do like the movement off the 20 monthly. That may be the entry again at 52 as that monthly comes up into September's close. ENJ, not a lot here either. Kind of middle of the channel after rejecting from $2. We do see monthly support down at $1.16. This may just be because we don't have the full history here. Poly, not enough candles. NKNUSD. I don't even remember this one. I'm sure someone tipped to see this a long time ago. Monthly support at 22.4. Monthly resistance at 69.2. Again, middle of the channel. We see our pivot point at 43.5 cents. ICP, just as last month. No. SNXUSD. Strong resistance sitting at 18.75. We do see that setup that we're looking for here on these monthly hunts. $7.48 of support on the monthly, 18.75 as resistance, and we're right in the middle of the channel yet again. I do like the 20 monthly holding price action up here. I would look for downside test to that 20 to enter along. Look for that 18.75. I shouldn't have added all the Coinbase charts. They don't have any history. CLV, $1.76 is our monthly resistance target. We do see descending highs. Not a lot here. Maybe someone will recommend we add some longer chart histories to some of these. New USD, a very strong monthly reversal here coming off from July. Whew. Resistance above at 67.1 cents. This current monthly candle in September here looking brutal. Man, this is really going to want to see some upside. Our monthly low at 30 cents at 30 cents on the dot. May look to take a position with a stop below there. That's really kind of just throwing the dice on that one. Not my favorite trade. However, the upside potential is looking pretty solid, even just to return to the top of this monthly candle is all the way to 50 cents. EOS USD. Let's take a peek here. Here's one with some chart history. Here's one that we can actually take a look at. Same strong monthly 3 candle reversal here, reaching up to monthly resistance just shy of $6.63. Our monthly pivot's going to be sitting at that psychological $5 value. Trading above makes this monthly look rather healthy. Trading below, I'm going to be spying for $4 as support. CTI USD, not a lot here. 78.5 cents as resistance on the monthly above. 43.1 below. Nothing special. AAVE. I've heard a lot of people talk about this coin lately for some reason. Monthly support 250. Beautiful psychological number. Monthly resistance 444, but we'll just call it 445 as resistance above currently at 332. And we see our local level at 391. Again, somewhat middle of the channel. This is really what we're kind of zooming through, is to find charts that don't look like this. We have a support below, a resistance above, and prices pretty much slap dab in the middle. These are going to be the no trades, at least in my opinion here for this video series. We don't, not that AAV itself has anything to do with it, but just this setup. We're looking more for tests to monthly supports, and we're going to look to go long at those, or tests to monthly resistance to go short. When we're in the middle of the channel like this, it's a dice roll, a coin flip, not the ideal. ETHGBP for our British fams out there. ETH does have something interesting here. As you can tell, this is not really looking like a lot of the coins we talked about. Literally just saying middle of the channel, below resistance, above support, no real play. Ethereum breaking this mold here. 2,000 pounds. Monthly resistance. We did break through it last month. Untested this month. Now it's not that we have to test this, but this is what we're looking for as good traders. This could be a very opportune entry. With 20 days to go in this month, we're basically in a wait and see, but this is what we're looking for. QNT, this is a useless chart to us on the monthly. Farm USD, all right. Again, we're not seeing anything. We don't have enough chart history here, but 246, that's going to be our pivot point for this monthly to flip this baby green. Closing with a deep red candle is not going to be ideal, as we have that very ugly 3 candle on the monthly reversal pattern. What I do like in the saving grace is our lows are still coming up, but there's not a play here, at least on the monthly. Adam. Here we go, baby. Adam, bringing us something. Bringing us something. Ah, man, how are we going to cut this? Let's just do it this way. Let's call it $8.30 as support. I like that the 20 monthly sitting there. We have 22.7 below us. Traded intra-month below that level. Now we're back above. It does look like we are making a reach for that all-time high at 32.32. What a beautiful number. The play here, and we're just going by what's good trading. We're not going by anything else here. Just statistical good trading. We could see a solid entry at 22.74, looking to close that at 32.32 for a quick trade. Now it does mean we have to wait for it to backtest 22.74. It may not come, but it is better to miss 1,000 boats than board the Titanic. AMP USD. Not looking hot. We have resistance above at 5.8 cents and above that 7.2. We do have higher lows on the monthly, making this not the worst possible case, but last month's bearish engulfing monthly candle not boding confidence for me. Honestly, if anything, I may look to take a short at resistance, stopping it at the monthly high. If I was just looking to force a play, in general, I would just move on. ETHEUR, basically, we'll do ETHEUR because we did ETHGBP. Same thing as ETHGBP, but instead of 2,000 pounds, we are looking for 2,307. A backtest of that monthly level may be a beautiful spot to go long. GRT, the graph. The graph. Little bit mid-channel, but what's nice about this is we're a little bit closer to support than some of these other examples we've seen. Not quite in the middle. The middle, I would say, is probably closer to this dollar mark that we see has been rejected possibly twice in a row. The play here, maybe look to take possibly look to take a short near to that $1 mark, stopping above the highs, back to that 58 cents, or vice versa, looking to go long at that 58 cent support, back to that dollar. Not a lot going to be going on. We need more candles. More candles. All right, MATIC. MATIC USD with a wild month here. Trading virtually the entire range of our monthly resistance and support. Resistance at $1.86, support at 108. And we can see we're trading right now at $1.34. If we can see a solid test to that $1.08 mark, we may have a great entry long to at least ride it back to monthly resistance at 186. ACHUSD. This is, again, Coinbase. We're really going to have to do some work on my watch list here. I added all of Coinbase's new pairs without thinking how badly that would goof up these segments. But we have our pivot point at 9.8 cents to flip this to a green candle. That's really all we can take from this chart. BCHSTUSDT. It's a mouthful. Basically, this is a coin that I guess has attempted to peg to Bitcoin hash rate. This is going to be a strange one. I've been keeping an eye on it because I hope it has some kind of predictive ability, but I haven't seen enough of it yet. We do see support at $17.74 and resistance at $76. So there's a potential play there from that monthly support level back to that resistance. However, this is not a standard token, and while charts do tend to behave similarly, This is going to be a little higher risk here. This is not a trade maybe I would recommend. Hood. The Robin Hood. Screw you, Robin Hood. That's it. SHIB. SHIB got listed on Coinbase, and, well, the rest is history. This coin, I hesitate to call it a coin, this token. That's going to be a pass for me. If you're feeling the SHIB FOMO, guys, and you don't have any, I don't know, buy $5 worth of SHIB, get a few million of them for it, and just hold your peace. This is not something I would be interested in holding myself. This high wick here is just a brutal sign of that. This is traded, I want to say, minus 99%, something like that. What is happening? Whoa, there we go. Yeah, minus 90. Yeah, if you want that, like I said, keep your position really small, something you're willing to lose, just to fight off that FOMO. I'm not even going to look at the gibberish markets. We do have a red monthly on the DJI. We see that 20 monthly that has been tested over and over again on these pullbacks, sitting at 29.6, 29.7. Not impossible to see a fall here in September, which is typically a bearish month for the DJI. We're going to go on. So, similar to Hex in the sense of, now it looks like the same chart if we invert it. Things that are going only up or only down are bad trades. It is equally crazy too long as it is too short at something like this. At an all-time high, you just don't have your trade thesis. There's nothing to back a trade on. I would not touch it. BTC Gold, we see that 3-candle reversal on the monthly that I've been watching, really just mirroring Bitcoin here. NEO USD. NEO with monthly resistance at $146. We have a new one this year, $96.97. And we have support at $36.65. In the event of a strong sell-off across the market, that's likely what it would take. $36.65 could be an opportune entry on NEO here. I'd like to see this 20 monthly come up and meet it. That can really cement that support. Position taken there likely can be ridden at least to this yearly high resistance, or even to 2018's $146, possibly beyond. This is the kind of chart setup we're looking for. We're really just hoping to see something like that. We really want to see a back test of those supports, possibly even just a wick, and then we can have a very strong position. That's the whole point of these, whole point of me doing these. ZRX USD. We have a, looks like a zone of resistance up here between $1.81 and $1.88. Monthly support from 2018, making a zone with the recent lows here, 74.3 to 77 cents. 77.3. Bam. Zone of support. Boom. Zone of resistance above. Same thing. This is what makes patience so important in trading, ladies and gentlemen. All these charts, minus maybe one or two that we've looked at, is right in the middle of our zone. This is the 0.5 retrace to the 618 golden pocket. This is the trap that is the lack of patience. This is what I mean when I say middle of the channel. We're right at the 0.5. Taking a long or a short here doesn't make mathematical sense. Yes, it can work. But really, you're just guessing. You're just hoping. That's not the way we trade here. If that's the way you trade at home, well, I can't stop you. But eventually, these charts will be either at support or resistance, and we can find good positions. ICP, no thanks. Algo. All right, here's something that is slightly interesting. This is Algo and BTC pair. So we're seeing its valuation against Bitcoin. This is going to be straying off from the rest of what we've seen as we haven't seen too many BTC pairs yet. I'm going to take it from right here. 2,281 sats. We can see that this recent monthly candle reached back, briefly traded red before rallying, breaking through resistance at 4,309 sats. So this is very interesting. With 19 days to go, we could easily see this candle sell back off, similar to August of 2020, close below, and then we could see a resulting selling candle. However, a close above this level does set us up for some kind of upside. This chart is the first one looking relatively interesting. We might aim for the 11,000 sat area. This is definitely not all the chart history. Let's see if any of this lines up. Yeah, the 11,000 sat area hits our 0.5 retrace. Our measured move here, the 15,000 sat area, puts us right back near that golden pocket. So I'm not saying this is a good position to take yet, but I'm saying there may be one here on ALGOBTC in the future. Let's see that USD pair. USD pair, actually, all right, here we go. This is maybe confirming the interest we saw on the BTC pair. Monthly support at 84 cents, and we see above that $1.40. So here's the setup, boys and girls. Provided this is continues to be strong this month, gets a decent close, what we may see is in the next month a return to that support. That will be our entry, and then the 3 candle setup, pushing through, looking for higher highs. This is a patience play for sure. You guys, we're looking at the monthlies. These are all going to be patience plays. If we find one that isn't, it's going to be very, very lucky, very tantalizing. TFUEL BTC. This is one that I have crushed myself this year. I'm going to even play it like this. We do see a possible support, 622 sats. This monthly candle looking really, really ugly. Just below support at 709 sats, resistance up here at 1177, an all-time high at almost 2,000. This is a knife. What I do like is we do see these monthly candles selling. It does look like they're slowing down, maybe finding support here. If we can see this push up into the monthly close, we may have an entry here at 709, but 621, I think this is going to be the opportune entry to see some kind of retracement play from our high. And let's see how that lines up. Not really perfectly with anything. That's okay. Our golden pocket, provided we do bounce at 621, we'd be looking at 1450. We'd be looking at 1300 sats. So there could be a play there, but guys, this has rallied so hard, so fast. I'm gonna want to see some kind of more confidence building, reasons for entry. AMC quick, just for the stonk boys. Is an interesting chart in itself. I like that it's just so different. I like to add in a few non-crypto charts because you'll notice a lot of them look exactly the same. And so just by throwing in a few, it just jogs or just razzles your brain, mixes it up, gets it thinking in a different way. This doesn't look like anything we've looked at. It has much more chart history. What we see on AMC, though, support at 35.50. We can even see in the last 2 monthlies that it's been tested. If we could see that test again this month and push back above the monthly open at 47.42, we're looking for a test of 56.68. That's our local monthly resistance. And above that, could be moon time, baby. I don't have huge hopes for AMC, but it's nice to see a little deviation or variation here on the charts we're taking a peek at. HEXETH is going to be the same boat as HEXUSD. We're up at all-time highs. We don't buy all-time high candles here. They're not good risk to rewards. Now, that being said, this is the monthly wrap, and so we may, when we do the weekly wrap, we may see entries on a lot of these coins we're not seeing right now because we're just playing the macro here with this. Macro says, do not touch. Uno USDT. I don't really know what this coin is. I had a few people tip for it a while ago. We had some great TA on it. Mid channel. Really really mid-channel at this point. We have resistance at 40 cents, support at 12, and we see our monthly pivot or area where this monthly candle will turn from red to green, 27.3. After testing resistance up here, this is not a huge selling event, but it is kind of knife catching. We're not really gonna get anything special. Not really gonna get anything special here. This is just gonna be a Yu-Gi-Oh play. Hands off for me, at least on the monthly for this one. KSMBTC, here's where we're getting a little spicy. Here's where we're getting a little spicy. Definitely a little spicy. We can see that we are now, after intra-month, trading below support, back above. We may look to take a short on this. We may look to take a short or long on this. This is in Bitcoin pair. We may look to take a short using our monthly resistance as our stop and our monthly support down here at 4,000 sats as our take profit. Now check this out. This is confidence building. We have our 20 monthly just starting. And look where that price is. Perfectly aligned with our monthly resistance. To me, that could make this a logical trade. Now, that risk to reward is really bad, and for some reason the colors just changed. I don't know what just happened there. That risk to reward is not good. There we go. We can scrape it out to a 3, but that's still not ideal. However, this is the play. As much as I think KSM is bullish, especially in BTC pair, this is the play until we've broken resistance, and then we may look to take a position to move up. But until we break that resistance, this is one of the first things we've looked at that isn't just middle of the channel gibberish. So there we go. One of the only strong potential trades that we've found so far today. The monthly is going to be very picky, but when the monthly hits, it's going to hit hard. You're going to get the best positions from this. You're not going to be getting scalping positions. You're going to be getting solid, potentially long-term positions. Raven, monthly support at 18.8, or monthly resistance at 18.87 cents. Support at 6. We're trading now at 12.1 with a new pivot point or monthly resistance at 12.68 cents. This is a little knifey. Not my favorite. I think there will be a trade here at some point, but this is again a knife. We don't like knives. Yeah, there's nothing there on the Fib retrace. We are middle of the month or early in the month, and usually we do this at the beginning. Just wanted to mix it up, see how we can, see if maybe we can do better here. This is Bitcoin dominance upside down. Bitcoin dominance is just being savaged. I don't know what's going on. That bodes well for alts overall. So we should probably approach alts with a slight bullish bias here in this month. PPT BTC, here we go. Here's something. Boom. This is, I don't know crap about this coin. I do have some of it. I do have some of it, but that is not why I'm about to shill this to you. Boom. Here's our first real trade setup. Let's go. Beautiful. This is why we hunt for gems. You're never going to find diamonds if you don't go gem hunting. So here is what's exciting. Now, I don't know anything about this coin. It's probably a total S coin, but here we are, guys. This is what we were waiting for. Most of the coins we've seen are just in knife-catching territory. This one in what is potentially the first actual trade we've seen that KSMBTC could play out, but this one looks much higher probability. We have the 20 monthly overlapping. Literally overlapping. That was an entry we're looking for in some other coins here. Overlapping with monthly support. We see that this month actually found support there. Wow. Wow. We may look to play a long position back to 9,000 sats. We could actually bring our stop up. We could bring our stop up to below June's wick, or we could play this real conservatively and use the macro low as our stop. That would be a very savage, very savage stop loss. However, the upside potential here may make it worth it. We can see this is an 18.8 risk to reward. So even though we are risking 64% to the downside, we're looking for 1,120 to the upside. AKA, this is not something you're throwing a huge amount of money at. This is something you're playing as a long-term, high-risk, high-reward lotto bag. Even just back to what is now the 50 monthly moving average, we can see it's not even the 0.5 retrace. We could even aim higher. Or we could play this more conservative. And we can do something like this. We can pull our stop loss into that monthly low, and we can look to really just play this back to, say, the previous high. Right there. There's many ways this could be played. In fact, if you're a gambling person, this is not crazy in my opinion. You could look to, instead of any of those, play it real tight. Real tight. Look to bring your stop just below that 20 monthly. And due to that, you can bring your TP down much lower. Here we are. This is still a 17.7 risk to reward, and you're just playing it back to that monthly. This is pretty sweet. I like this. This is the first actual, legitimate, logical trade that we found today. This is why we do this. Probably no one's looking at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red monthlies in a row. People are probably hating this coin. Very spicy. I'm going to post this one in the Patreon. This one's going in the Patreon unofficial trades. Trade setups. There we go. Already sent out. That was PPT BTC. Again, total S coin. Very small position should be taken there. However, it's one of the best we've seen here on the monthly so far. So we're looking at DGB USDT now. Not a ton. We've created a new support here at 0.5 cents. We have a new monthly resistance here on the local, and that's at 6.5. This chart not really looking so hot. You guys might remember me saying that in a recent stream. Looks like we've hit our 0.5 retrace. Now we're kind of dicking around. For me, this is mid-channel, and this is not really looking for a trade on the monthly. That's okay. We'll come back at another point. Maybe it will. SKLBTC. Not a lot here. The less candles there are here on the monthly, the less we're going to have. 608 sats as support below. 858 as our pivot for this monthly. And 1280 as our resistance above. This is a no trade for me. EGLD, Mr. Josh's favorite. EGLD is actually having a very strong month. As we can see, it even has done what we're really looking for here. This is maybe one of the only other exciting charts we've seen, and it's not the first time. That's the cool part. It's not the first time it's done it. We can see resistance from 2020 in July, back tested here in June of 2021 before breaking higher last month, closing above resistance. This month, back testing 31.85. There may be a play there if we see price sell back off to 31.85. If not, this is kind of in that hex category. We don't like to buy the top of green candles. If this is just going to keep going, it is what it is. I'd be peeping for that 31.85 sats. Nano USD. This is one that we have been waiting for a freaking entry for what seems like forever, and we got it back in July. Got it back in July. We had monthly support at $3. Jeez, $3. That's wild. $3. We see our 50 and our 20 monthlies right here at that $3, man. That is where I would look. That's the position. And I don't know why my things keep doing that. I don't know why it keeps making my stop loss 0. I may look to just stop below those moving averages and at least ride this back to the high. You can see these are some exquisite risk to rewards we have going on in these trades. Yes, they might not fill, but that's the way it goes. We can just back to the monthly resistance is a 38.5 risk to reward. That means a downside of 15% and an upside of 580%. But be real here. If Nano goes for it, and don't get excited yet because we're clearly not there, but if you could take a position at $3 and we see Nano break an all-time high, you may be looking at $1,000 as a measured move. This thing has been coiling. It reminds me of Litecoin, or reminds me of maybe BCH. A lot of these coins that haven't quite retested or broken their all-time highs yet, they have a lot of potential. So NEO on the monthly, well, right here, a little ugly. I think a more aggressive trader may look to take a position down here at 436. But dudes, $3. If you could catch that $3, you could have something very special on your hands. NEO USD, I think, is going to earn the second star of the day. 2-star. Zen BTC. Boop. Boop. Almost. We see the 50 monthly just coming into existence here, giving us a little bit of support, but it's not going to be enough for me to want to make a trade on. We have our monthly pivot at 1,958.00. Support or resistance above 00, 2,887. We have a higher resistance up there in 4,000 land and a support at 400. This chart doesn't look terrible, but I'm not seeing, at least on the monthly, any kind of real entry unless you were looking to play it this way. And this could be done. Ooh, not with the fib tool. This could be done. Taking a long at that 50 monthly, looking to stop below the local monthly support down here, 1414. That could be done. I would likely only play that back to monthly resistance. That's a 3.58 ARDR. That's not bad. However, the much more comfortable position is, I keep doing that. The much more comfortable position is going to be found down here. Down here at that local monthly support, looking to stop somewhere below historical monthly supports. Let's say 15%. And where could we ride that up to? Honestly, even just the back of this, top of this candle would be a 3.67. I really do like retargeting that monthly resistance here. That would give you a healthy 100% gain. So Zen, I don't like it off the 50, but I would like it off that 1414. So things could be spicing up there in the future. Definitely something to keep an eye on. XRP USDT. Here we go. So this is what we have. This is why we do this, is we're looking for these setups. Too bad this one's already happened, though we did catch this, I believe, in the last one. Is you have resistance, you tested it, higher lows, you break it, you back test it, now you're here. Unfortunately, you're in the middle of the channel, you're in a no trade zone on the monthly, but you may look for 66 cents if that comes back around. Rock and roll. You could look for a golden pocket retrace, which looks like it is overlapping with that recent monthly support that's just above the previous one. Let's add that on here. 70 cents. No guarantees it will get there. However, almost like with every chart we've looked at with these resistances above, there's always going to be a short play. Now, these short plays usually are going to be taken as hedges. Basically looking to stop above the high, and you're looking to take profit back down at support. I wouldn't recommend this trade, but this is an idea of how you can play almost all of these that are in the middle of the channel once they reach the top. NXTBTC. This has been a trade setup for a long time, and it's going to test your patience. This is a patience tester. 28 sats. Actually did come back and test it. There's a trade set up somewhere on Patreon. 28 sats on NXTBTC. This is very much kind of a knife, mostly because this project has been replaced, meaning the coin has migrated. They've airdropped to ARDR, and so I'm not sure how much development is going on with NXT. I'm not really sure even where it's traded anymore at this point. But if a position can be taken from 28 sats, I mean, you could look to stop loss at just a few sats lower and ride any kind of retracement. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. This has a lot of upside potential, but it is definitely not the highest confidence. I wonder how many of these I have. FYI, I don't know, but I think we're like 20 minutes in, so we'll just keep going for now. ZEC USD resistance 245, support on the monthly $111.30, and we have our local pivot point at 140. Now this is nice because it is closer to its monthly support. Position may be taken there. You could play a return to the monthly open. You could look to short it. Still not my favorite play. I would be looking more for that 111, or if you see some kind of crazy rally on this, shorting at 245. YFI, BTC. Interesting. Interesting. So there could be a play here, surprisingly. Monthly support at 0.61. This is in BTC pair. We see that down here. That could be a good entry. That could be a very strong entry. We may not get there. I think that there is a probability of a play to be made right here, 0.731. We can see, we can pull that up a little bit. We can call this support. We can call this support. This looks more interactive to me. I know I say it doesn't really matter if you use wicks or bodies. Just don't cherry pick. I'm not cherry picking here. It really just looks like 0.731 is the support. We can see these body closes are a little mismatched, but the wicks very consistently hitting that 0.73. So that's really just my eye. I would prefer the trade setup from the lower support. That'd be more my style play. But I know you guys don't all have as much patience as me. You will someday. Someday. Get out of here. You will someday. Just not today. Oh, I didn't mean to do shorts either. Yep, we gotta wrap this up. I'm losing it. Okay. We could look to go from that. Oh my gosh, I'm being trolled now. Long position trading view. Long. I don't like shorts. You know that. Shorts are for shorties. There we go. What I like about this is we have two defined supports that we can use to play. Now we can take the aggressive position, open now, and look to stop below the more historical support below us. Not my favored move. However, for the impatient, maybe is the play that makes sense for them. This is just making this video bad trading view. Why do you keep doing this? I don't like to have to resize every time. But I think the better play would be to take that long from down here. You can look for a retracement if you're skittish about it. Why is that backwards? That's weird. So what we'd be looking for is a retracement from here to here. Yep, back up. There we go. So this play is actually backed up by our fibs here. If we're going for that aggressive play, I'd likely only take it to that monthly resistance that's still above a 3 R to R, so that checks out on our books here. Taking it from a lower level down here, probably would be looking for something similar to the 0.5. Really golden pocket again. I would still aim for that same level, that monthly resistance at 1.26. PAXGBTC. This is just Bitcoin and gold. Not going to look at it. Coinbase, you do not look good. That's weird. Let's just keep moving. XLM, here we go. So we looked at this in BTC pair, or in USD pair. Here we have it in BTC pair, and hopefully it's going to reflect what we were looking at. And honestly, it kind of looks like it does. We see that the 50 monthly has been tested. We see this just insanely long period of consolidation building support, and it's directly over our previous level of support. For me, I'm looking for upside on this. There's probably a trade hidden somewhere in this coin. Something like that. I think that looks pretty good. 624 sats. You may be able to get lower. I don't like the interaction here with the 20 monthly at all. It's ugly. We may have a lower support down here at 441 sats. I think this would be the opportune entry, but we might not get it. This consolidation area to me looks pretty strong. I'm definitely going to be looking for some kind of retrace here. You can see when this happens, typically we get these spikes. We already had a spike, but we're going to look for a major retracement, which it has not had at all. To me, that suggests this is one of the most undervalued coins on the market right now. That doesn't really speak to the coin itself or the project or whatever, but it speaks to its valuation against Bitcoin. And it is very much, very, very much underwater or very low. And to me, that means undervalued. I'm looking at that golden pocket. I'm looking at the golden pocket here. Let's say we take a long at this monthly level. We look to stop it below. We're going to be taking quite a drawdown on that. I'm uncomfortable with. This is definitely a spot-only trade, but I'm going to be looking for a move back to that golden pocket. You can see even with a 43% drawdown, we can still squeak out a 12-to-1. That would be pretty spicy. Interesting. That's going to be up to you. Much more comfortable position down there in the 400s. Really the same trade would be on the table. Let's clone it. Really just the same trade on the table there. Just like that. All right. XLMUSDT, we missed it. We missed it. I thought we already did this one. Oh well. 3-candle reversal. This monthly has already tested 28.39 cents. That was likely the entry. And we see that same stair stepping that we did on EGLD. Created resistance, broke it, back tested it, pushed back up. Now you have a new support. You tested it. You got to hold it. 28.4 cents could be a great entry. 20 cents could be an even better entry. This chart looks very good. I like the way this looks, and I'm not an XLM fan. Whew, we got a lot of charts. I added too many. This is nice. ZIL, same thing that we were looking for. We had resistance. We broke it. We back tested it. We hit the 20 monthly, and we bounced 5.25 cents. I think there's a trade to be had in that area. Stopping below that 20 monthly, looking to ride that up to monthly resistance for a 6-to-1. That's in probability town. I think we're going to go to XVG and then probably quit because holy crap, I thought this was going to be 10 minutes and now I'm sure we're on 50. Oh, fudge me. No one's going to watch this. Oh well. What I like is we have a lot of support being built here. We have resistance at 99 and we're riding that 20 monthly. Here's how I would play this, and this would be a trade maybe I'll even actually do because I like this. So this would be spot. I'd likely look to take one. So I'm going to split this position into three parts. I will take one. So let's say I have $150. This is how I'd play it. I would make a $50 spot long here. And then I would look to make a $100 spot long down here at 26 sats. What's happening there, this is a lot of my trading, is basically you're buying in and then you are okay with downside because you're looking to martingale. You're looking to double down at about a 50% decrease. And what that's going to do is bring your cost average down significantly and allow you, if you get in a bad position, to escape easier or allow you some really serious upside profit targets. We have not tested the 50 monthly, and that's at 180 sats. And from here, that's 250% gain from our first entry. If that 26 area is hit down here, and TradingView stops being a POS and making my freaking stop losses at 0, if we take that down from 26, obviously we're going to double that, and that's about a 500% take. So this is only to be done on spot. XVG is the major S coin. This is a very small position, and definitely spot, no leverage on this bad boy. The patient will likely profit off of this play. I don't know how long it could take though. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. That's 50 minutes. I wanted this to be like 10. I'll figure out a way to do this better for you guys in the future. But thanks for watching, everybody. Crown out.